Happy Tuesday. So today we are going to continue talking about volume. Okay, so on today's agenda, you have to watch the volume mini lesson video, which you are now, and then you're going to work on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday volume assignment. So like we did a few weeks ago, we're going to take one assignment and we're going to spread it apart from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you can do a couple slides today, a couple slides tomorrow, and a couple slides on Thursday. So at the bottom of your virtual learning checklist, okay, I put on here that you can do Education Galaxy and Prodigy if you finish, but I also put in here an area and perimeter choice board. So I'm going to show that to you real quick before we start our notes. So it is very similar to our checklist that we do in class, okay? You are to pick 3 activities in a row and complete them. So just like you do in tic-tac-toe, you can go diagonal, horizontal, vertical, okay? Now, this is just an enrichment activity, so if you finish your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday assignment quickly, you can totally do this activity, okay? All right, so what we're going to do real quick is go over volume one more time, just some notes, and then I'm going to show you your assignment for the day. Okay, so like we talked about yesterday, we said that when you're looking for volume, you're measuring the space inside a 3D figure. So unlike perimeter and area, when we're talking about 2D shapes, in volume, we're talking about 3D shapes. So we're talking about a cube or a rectangular prism. Okay, remember we talked about the operation we're going to use to find the volume is always going to be multiplication. Now, we talked about yesterday that we use given formulas to quickly place our measurements into the formula so our life is a little bit easier. Okay, again, these are all on your conversion chart within your assignment if you need it. All right, so a cube, remember we talked about, because all of the sides are the same length, you're going to do side times side times side, okay? We talked about with a rectangular prism, you're going to use the formula length times width times height, okay? Now again, disclaimer, remember my 3D drawing skills could be better, but alright, so here's my cube, okay? Now, instead of me drawing the little boxes, I'm just going to go with my measurements of 4 meters, 4 meters, and 4 meters, okay? So, if I'm using my formula up here, all I'm going to say is volume is equal to 4 times 4 times 4, okay? Just like we talked about with order of operations, remember you always go from left to right. So we start here with 4 times 4, which is 16 times 4, okay? And if you need to, go on to the side and do 2 by 1. Don't try to do this in your head if you are getting the numbers mixed up. So 6 times 4 is 24, okay? 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6, okay? So our volume for this cube is 64 meters cubed, okay? All right, if we were talking about a rectangular prism, okay? All right, this time we're going to say that my width is 4, my length is 6, and my height is 8, okay? All right, so using my formula, length times width times height, okay? I said that 6 was my length, times 4, which was my width, times 8, which was my height. So again, we always go from left to right, so I do 6 times 4 first. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24, so now I'm going to bring down what's left, which is 24 times 8. Again, if you need to do that on the side of your paper, there's nothing wrong with that. Now remember, if you're struggling with the 2 by 1 multiplication, you can also do 24 plus 24 plus 24 8 times, right? Because we know that multiplication is the same as repeated addition. So 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 2 is 16. 17, 18, 19. So my volume would be 192 meters cubed. Okay? Alright, so we're going to look at our assignment for today. Now remember, your assignment you are going to do on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and on Thursday. So if you want to finish the whole thing on Wednesday, you totally can. If you want to finish the whole thing on Thursday, you totally can. So you can do some slides today, some slides tomorrow, some slides on Thursday. If you finish all of it today, you can go work on your choice board activity. Alright, so here are the notes again for volume. Okay, so on this one, the first thing you're going to do is you're trying to find each layer of the 3D shape. So if I look at this first one, okay, I'm just trying to figure out how many cubes are in that first layer. So if I look, it looks like I have a length of 4, a width of 3, and it looks like my height for this one is just 1. Okay, so if I were to write that, and there's nothing wrong with you writing out your problems. That's a good strategy. All right, so I said my length was 4, my width was 3, and my height was 1 because I only had one layer, right? So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. So in my first layer, I have 12 cubes. Okay? So when you think about this second layer, right, all you have to do is double this number, right? Because you're going to have the same number in each layer. So you're going to have 12 and 12. If you want to, you can think about it like this. Your length is still 4. Your width is still 3. But now your height is 2. So if you want to go over to your paper and double check and solve it, okay, 4 times 3, which was our length and width, times 2, which is our height this time because I have 2 layers. Alright, 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down what's left. 12 times 2 is 24. So in your second little box, you're going to write the volume, which is 24. Okay, that's what you're going to do on this slide, okay? Now, if you notice, they're adding more and more layers. So you may have to use your piece of notebook paper to use your length times width times height formula. Okay? On this one, all you're doing is using the pictorial model given, and you're matching the volumes. So again, remember, length times width times height. Okay? And then you're just simply moving whichever volume matches. Okay? Same thing here. You want to know how many centimeter cubes will fit inside the box. And then the last one, this time you're identifying the length, the width, and the height. And then after you've identified them, you're using your formula to find the volume. Okay? And if you notice down here at the bottom, it gives you the directions for what you need to do. Okay? And then it goes on, you're doing pretty much the same thing throughout. You're finding the volume of each rectangular prism or cube. Okay? And again, all of the directions are right here at the bottom. It tells you step by step by step what to do. Okay? Alright, if you have any questions, I will be on Zoom. You can also comment on Google Classroom. I'll try to answer it. If you want to finish all of the slides today, again, that's totally cool. Don't care. You can turn it in, and then you can work on your area perimeter choice board. Okay, this week what I'm going to do is, if you do the area perimeter choice board, you do 3 activities, you turn it into me, and if you just want to take pictures of them and mail them to me, or not mail them to me, email them to me, or I'm going to go ahead and add slides here, and you can just upload them if you would like. So you can do activity 1, okay? And then you can send it to me. If you finish this, I am going to submit this assignment, if you finish it, for one of your lowest grades for the past 2 weeks. So if you didn't do so hot on one of the quizzes, I'm going to grade this choice board activity and submit it in place of that grade. So it's kind of like extra credit. Get it, got it, good. So if you need me, I will be on Zoom. Okay? All right. Happy Tuesday.